500 defendants, 600 lawyers, and more than 900 witnesses in total. Italy's largest mafia trial in decades has begun.
In 2024, authorities revealed a disturbing trend.
Police in Middle Tennessee are closing in on a criminal enterprise believed to be Nashville men who reportedly swarm communities overnight and steal cars or anything they can get their hands on.
The rise of AI-generated child sexual abuse material, CSAM.
There was a time when criminal gangs kept their dirty business to themselves. But over the last few years, what can only be called a war has exploded, with crime families and outlaw motorcycle gangs fighting to the death for control of $1 billion drug trade.
These fake images, created using deep learning algorithms, are becoming alarmingly realistic. Experts warn that this new technology is making it harder to detect abuse online, and its creation is becoming a growing threat. In response, the UK government launched a new initiative in March 2024 aimed at combating this form of digital exploitation. Law enforcement agencies, such as the FBI and Interpol, have been increasing their efforts to track and shut down AI-driven networks. The battle is far from over, but these digital detectives are working tirelessly to protect vulnerable children and stop this dangerous trend before it spreads even further. The global expansion of deceptive investment frauds. In recent years, a new type of online scam has rapidly expanded across the globe: pig butchering scams. The fraudsters lure victims by offering them fake investment opportunities, promising high returns. After building a trusting relationship, they convince victims to transfer large sums of money. In 2023, the FBI reported that these scams had grown exponentially, impacting thousands worldwide. Fraudulent websites, social media accounts, and even fake apps are used to deceive innocent individuals. Victims often lose their life savings before realizing they've been duped. As the scams become more sophisticated, law enforcement agencies, like Interpol, have stepped up efforts to educate the public and shut down these global criminal operations. The hidden, invisible brothels of Europe. In 2023, authorities uncovered a disturbing network of invisible brothels operating across Europe. These secretive establishments, often disguised as legitimate businesses, exploit vulnerable individuals, mainly women, forced into sex work. The European Union estimated that over 500,000 people were trafficked for sex across its borders, with many victims trapped in these hidden brothels. Law enforcement agencies are using advanced technology, including surveillance drones and AI-powered analytics, to identify and dismantle these operations. Despite these efforts, human traffickers continue to exploit gaps in law enforcement. Activists and organizations are calling for stronger cooperation across nations to protect victims and bring perpetrators to justice. How technology facilitates global financial fraud. As technology evolves, so does the scale of global financial fraud. In 2024, criminals have increasingly used digital platforms to execute sophisticated scams, defrauding individuals and businesses of millions. From fake investment opportunities to phishing emails, these cybercriminals exploit vulnerable online users. In January 2024, the European Union Agency for Cybersecurity, ENISA, reported a rise in cyber fraud, especially targeting those new to online banking. Fraudsters employ AI tools to personalize attacks, making them harder to detect. Agencies like Interpol are working with tech companies to improve security and track down these criminals. The fight is intense, but with global cooperation, there's hope for a safer digital future. The cycle of exploitation in county lines drug gangs. In recent years, the criminal practice of county lines drug trafficking has surged across the UK. Vulnerable children, often from broken homes or disadvantaged backgrounds, are recruited by gangs to transport drugs between cities. These children, some as young as 12 years old, are manipulated and coerced into becoming drug runners, facing violence and threats if they try to escape. In 2023, police forces across the UK reported a rise in arrests linked to county lines operations. While law enforcement works to dismantle these gangs, there is growing concern for the mental and physical harm inflicted on these children. Support groups are calling for stronger intervention programs to break the cycle of exploitation and help young victims escape before they become perpetrators themselves. Efforts to assist women escaping mafia-controlled exploitation. In 2024, efforts to assist women trapped in mafia-controlled exploitation rings gained traction. These criminal syndicates often coerce women into sex trafficking, illegal labor, or forced marriages. One prominent case involved Maria V., who escaped a notorious mafia family in southern Italy. She was helped by the Anti-Trafficking Coalition, an organization dedicated to rescuing women from mafia-controlled environments. In February 2024, the Italian government introduced new laws aimed at strengthening protections for victims and offering them safe housing and rehabilitation services. While many women still struggle to escape, the dark web's role in modern human trafficking and exploitation. The dark web has become a critical tool for human traffickers and exploiters in the digital age. In 2023, authorities discovered a disturbing number of illegal marketplaces operating on the dark web, where traffickers buy and sell vulnerable individuals, often under the guise of legitimate activities. Interpol reported that traffickers use encrypted networks to hide their identities and avoid detection by traditional law enforcement. The anonymity of the dark web makes it easier for criminals to exploit people without fear of being caught. Despite these challenges, international law enforcement agencies are working together, using advanced tracking technology to infiltrate these dark web networks. Their goal is to bring traffickers to justice and protect the innocent victims who are often lost in the shadows. The growing threat of cyber-enabled fraud. In 2024, cyber-enabled financial crimes are surging, with criminals using the internet to execute scams on a global scale. From phishing attacks to identity theft, fraudsters exploit vulnerabilities in online banking systems, tricking individuals and businesses into revealing sensitive information. The FBI reported that cyber fraud losses reached an astounding $6 billion in 2023 alone. These crimes often go undetected until it's too late, with victims left struggling to recover their finances. Law enforcement agencies and tech companies are working together to enhance digital security measures and combat these threats. However, with criminals constantly evolving their tactics, the fight against cyber-enabled financial fraud remains a pressing concern. The role of technology in facilitating human trafficking and exploitation. In 2024, technology has sadly become a major facilitator of human trafficking and exploitation. Traffickers now use social media, encrypted messaging apps, and fake job listings to lure victims into dangerous situations. The National Human Trafficking Hotline reported a 30% increase in online trafficking cases in the past year, with technology playing a central role in deceiving and controlling victims. Criminals are increasingly using technology to hide their operations and manipulate vulnerable individuals from anywhere in the world. In response, law enforcement agencies, like Interpol and the FBI, are leveraging advanced AI tools to track and disrupt trafficking networks. Despite these efforts, the digital landscape continues to pose significant challenges, and more work is needed to protect those at risk. Combating online exploitation and cybercrime. In 2024, law enforcement agencies are stepping up their fight against online exploitation and cybercrime. With the rise of digital platforms, criminals now have new ways to exploit vulnerable individuals, from online scams to trafficking. In March 2024, Interpol launched a global initiative to increase collaboration between countries, aiming to tackle cybercrime networks that target people worldwide. Agencies like the FBI are using cutting-edge technologies, including AI and blockchain analysis, to track criminals hiding behind anonymous digital identities. Despite these advancements, the increasing complexity of cybercrime means that law enforcement must constantly adapt. The fight against online exploitation is ongoing, but with stronger cooperation and innovation, authorities are hopeful in securing a safer online space for all. The digital world is full of hidden dangers, and if you're not careful, you could become the next victim. The rise of AI-generated scams and online exploitation is a threat we can no longer ignore. But here's the thing. You have the power to protect yourself, and staying informed is your best defense. Don't miss out on our next video, where we uncover the unsolved disappearance that still haunts a small town. It's a story that will leave you on the edge of your seat. So hit that subscribe button and stay one step ahead. You won't want to miss it.